Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jenn, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. Today, we're talking about holidays. So this weekend in the U.S. is Labor Day. We get a long weekend. And while this Labor Day is surely different than Labor Days past, right? There's still outdoor gatherings, barbecues, and let's be real, we often celebrate holidays with food. So how can we enjoy the holiday and still maintain our momentum of health? So the first question is, decide the outcome you're looking for or willing to accept. So for example, given that this is simply a long weekend and potentially some extra alcohol or outdoor social plans, you might decide that you're willing to accept a gain of a pound or two on the scale. You might decide that you just want the scale to stay the same, or you could decide to commit to not indulging. You could say, I just want to feel good at the end of the weekend and not have anything to beat myself up about, right? Whatever you decide for you is absolutely perfect. It's just to simply know the outcome that we're looking for. Okay, then think about what actions to take to achieve that outcome. So here are some ideas. Maybe it's bringing a vegetable-focused side or two to your barbecue so that you know you have quality choices. Perhaps offer to bring fruit so that you have an alternative for dessert. Right? When everybody's eating dessert, you know you could choose to eat fruit. Of course, remember the 3-bite rule. We only taste and are present for the first, the second, and the last bite. So if that's the case, let's have those 3 and move on. Maybe think about having 1 drink at each event and then water, or keep a water in your hands so that it's harder to grab at things, right? I also recommend eating a little something before you go so that you're not experiencing low blood sugar and then it's chemically like climbing Mount Everest to make our healthful food choices. Make sure to plan your exercise and activity for the weekend so that your physical fitness remains a part of your routine, right? You could choose to focus on 1 plate for the meal. And if there are apps or finger foods around, put those things on a plate and maybe walk away from where the food is, all set out. Again, it's how can we make it easier on ourselves to make the healthful choices and to stick to our plan, whatever we decide our plan is. I think, the idea here and like walking away from the food, like I always feel like if I'm standing right next to the food and having a conversation with someone, like I have 1 ear on the conversation we're having and then 1 ear is in the dialogue in my head, but that's talking about all the food that's around. You know what I mean? So just remove yourself, right? Proximity is everything, and it can kind of shut down that whole conversation that we don't need. And I just threw out a whole bunch of ideas. You don't need to use all of them. Choose 1 or 2. Come up with your own plan. Again, just based on the outcome that you've decided you're looking for. And an overarching question worth considering is this, and I talk about this a lot when we talk about Thanksgiving, but it bears mention here as well. And that question is, what do you need to feel like you've had this holiday? What do you need over this long weekend to feel like you've had a long weekend and a holiday? So that might mean absolutely not working, right? Especially now when our work is at home and everything is happening in the 4 walls of our home, really setting that separation so that this feels like something different. It might mean ensuring you spend time with friends or family, taking time to relax. Really, what do you need? Be sure to plan that in. And for those things you need that are food related, think about how to do that in a healthful way. So if what makes you feel like it was Labor Day is having, a burger and a hot dog, then, how much of it do you have to feel like you had it? Maybe the 3-bite rule again applies, or maybe it's half a burger and half a hot dog so that you feel like you did your barbecue thing to end the summer, right? Be sure you get what you need to feel like you've had your holiday. And then finally, it might be worth it for you to plan the days right after the holiday. So have a plan for the rest of the week. This makes it easier to keep moving forward, KMF, keep moving forward, ensure that the holiday doesn't start a snowball. And remember, one holiday didn't make or break anyone's health, right? As I always say, consistency is king. So be sure you are set up for continued success following the holiday so you can keep moving forward. All right, Abigail, any questions related to holidays?
All I can say is, if I can add a tip, watermelon has been my go-to all summer, and It's the best. It's the perfect snack when I'm craving something sweet.
Absolutely. And there's an amazing watermelon feta and mint salad recipe.
It's the best.
I love that. Such a good tip.
Absolute best.
Yeah.
What are your go-tos for sides at the barbecue?
Sometimes I'll do like a coleslaw with a vinaigrette dressing that I'm making myself, so I know what's in it. Sometimes it's even just mixing a bunch of vegetables, maybe add some chickpeas to it, and almost making a salad that doesn't have lettuce. Certainly a lettuce-based salad could work too. I also love like one of my indulgences is a salad with some fruit in it. So maybe it's kale with some grapes and avocado and maybe a little Parmesan cheese to go crazy, right? But just little things that make it a little more exciting. And I find we always think like, oh, no one else is going to eat this. And yet everybody does. So it always surprises me how much people appreciate those healthful options. And that watermelon feta salad, for sure.
That's definitely, would love to see that at the next barbecue I go to.
Yeah, well, you'll have to bring it.
I'll have to bring it. That's the thing. I need your recipe and I'll make it and I'll bring it. So it's perfect.
Yeah. We put it on my Instagram recently, so we'll find it and send it to you. Or if you guys have it from following the Instagram, tag us when you make it. And so with that, Abigail, thank you again for hanging out today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And as always, guys, I'm your host, Jenn Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram at Jenn Trepeck, JennTrepeck. Our Facebook page is at the same handle. And we want to hear from you. So please DM your questions, ideas, your takeaway videos. It's also the easiest way to reach out to learn more about working with me directly and to address your personal concerns. Of course, if you're not already a member, join our membership program by going to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries to get this week's recipe for dairy-free creamy dressing. Use that on the side that you bring to the barbecue. And the article, 5 Simple Ways to Help Manage Stress During This New Normal. So everybody, be careful out there. If something seems too good to be true, enlist an expert to help you evaluate it. And if anything you're doing feels like it's making you more obsessed or exacerbating your relationship with food, I'm giving you permission to stop and reach out. I am here for you. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.